I'm Lisa Alexander, and I'm a sound therapist. I actually created a modality called the Alexander Method of Vibrational Sound and Energy Therapy, which has been helping people in a variety of ways. So I hope you'll check that out. But today, I'm here to show you how to properly sound your tuning forks. Let's start with a weighted fork, something nice and simple. So a weighted fork is simply a tuning fork with weights on the end. And the idea is that when you sound it, you sound the weights, and it actually pushes the sound down the tines, these are called the tines, and then down into the stem. So this has two purposes. First of all, it's the sound itself, which you can hear. Okay, now the way I sound it, if you noticed, I happen to have this kind of nice meaty part on my hand. And because I'm a sound therapist, I use a variety of tools, and especially tuning forks are my main go-to. I need to do things quick. So for me, I just sound it here, and I get this really great sound. It vibrates well and it vibrates long. And with the weighted fork, it's about the sound, and always think whole of the weight to whole of the ear. That's the best way to hear the sound. You could do it this way too, but we find this gives you that better sound. Now, the other great thing about a weighted fork is because it actually pushes the vibration down the tines and into the stem, you can use it on points of pain. So, say my neck hurts, I can put it right in there. I'm going to dig down deep and allow that vibration to just go into my muscle and to just dissipate into the muscle. So that's because you're holding it by the stem. Now be very careful, because if you sound it and you accidentally touch the tines, it will stop the sound and vibration. That's why you want to hold it by the stem. And there's a little something we teach in our classes. I won't go into a lot of it now, but you have to be careful about how many times, if you're doing it on your body, that you put it in the exact same spot. So there's a lot of research out there by a doctor and scientist researcher named John Bulio, who did this work back in the 70s and found that if you put it in the same spot too many times, it's releasing too much nitric oxide, because that's what sound does in the body. So you would just move it around a little bit. But again, there's a whole class that we teach on that in my program. That's just a quick tip for you for now. So that's one way to sound a weighted fork. Another thing is something as simple as a tennis ball. Boing. Now I hit it a little too hard. If you hear that sound, that means the weights tapped each other, and you don't need to hit it that hard. So that was a good lesson for you. Just enough, right, so that it's sounding. The other way is with a sounding puck. Now, we sell these really kind of cool pucks, get forked. So we use these primarily for our non-weighted forks, but you can use them for a weighted fork. What I would suggest and not suggest is first of all, not suggest, don't hit it on the flat side. It doesn't sound as nice. It will sound it. Use the end if you can. You'll get a better ring tone if you do that. So that's another way to do it. Now, I have some practitioners who use their hip. I know some people use their knee, different body parts, and that's good for you, but I find that hurts on my body when I hit it there, except for when I hit it right here. Sometimes I also hit it right here, and that works as well. So either here or here. So kind of play with it. A tennis ball is great, and if you are someone who does any kind of therapy work, just put the tennis ball in a sock and keep it on your table, and that way you'll have that right there, and it won't be rolling around. So that's weighted fork. Now let's talk about a non-weighted fork. So this is a Solfeggio 396. Now the way you want to hold these, again, same thing, tines and stem. If I sound it and I touch the tines, the sound's going to go away. So you want to hold it lightly by the stem. You don't want to grip it, but you want to have enough, a firm hold, but not too firm. So I might be dating myself, but I think back to Catholic school when we had number 2 pencils, and we would do a silly thing where we took the pencil and we did this, and it looked like a rubber pencil, and a little visual illusion. You kind of think of holding it like that. So you don't want to come down flat. All right, see, that didn't sound good. You don't want to come down flat. You want to either come down on a 45-degree angle here, and that's ringing really loud. Or you can do a 45-degree angle from the top, and you'll get the same event. So this way, I'm going to stop it with the tines, or right on top. And again, just the edge, the edge, the edge. Don't do this. You can also do it from the side, but again, it's either the tip there or an edge. All right? Now, you want to play with this and find out what works best for you and what sounds best for you, right? Because it's all about the sound. So those are 2 quick ways to sound both an unweighted and a weighted tuning fork. So get some tuning forks and start getting yourself in tune. So if you like the information that I've shared with you in this video, please, please, please like, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comments section. And please remember what your mother may have told you, at least what my mother did. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Because we know whenever you throw out negativity to someone else, it'll just come right back to you tenfold. So don't do that to yourself or me. So please like, please subscribe, please follow so you can get more tips and tricks on becoming your own guru.